What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Thomas or Dossifying here. Today I'm with Christina, special guest, and we're going to be interviewing her today. We're going to be asking a little bit about some questions, her background, what she does, etc. And so I thought we could hop right into it. I wanted, I guess, to start off by asking what you did, if you could explain it simply.
What do you mean? If I did what?
No, what you do. So you explain to me you do OnlyFans.
Yes.
Right.
Well, since COVID.
Since COVID, and
because my actual job's been closed down, so it was kind of a lot of people have been reaching out to me and they're like, you should start it. I was like, on the fence about it. And then I decided to try it out. And it kind of went crazy.
So how would that be compared to the job you had before?
It's not even comparable.
So it's a lot better.
1,000 times better.
Okay.
I don't have to leave my couch, technically, if I don't want to. Am I allowed to mention the amount of money?
That's fine.
So I've only been on it for 2 months, and I think I've grossed $25,000 as of earlier when I checked it.
Okay.
And everything's all taxable, which is awesome. So I can use that for if I wanted to go buy a house or something.
Right. And
yeah, it's awesome.
What type of content do you normally do?
So, you subscribe, I charge $14 a month. And it's just risque pictures. I don't really show pretty much anything that you wouldn't see in a bathing suit and then if you want to buy extra stuff, then you can do that. But I still don't show my undercarriage, if you know what I mean.
Undercarriage, yeah, I got it. And
yeah.
So you mentioned you can buy extra stuff. Does that include private content, personalized content?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I have a couple personalized videos. I charge $20 a video.
Okay. And does that go all the way to someone could if someone theoretically reached out to you and offered you X amount of money to do this, is that something you would offer or do offer, I guess?
Depending on what they're asking. I get a lot of weird questions and offers.
And
some people want to see your feet. Some people want to,
And do you accept them normally?
To do some really weird things.
And do you accept them normally, or?
In my criteria, what I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
So such as what one thing I don't show.
Right.
So I won't do that, but I have done videos for people that they asked for specifically.
Right, because it's kind of interesting, at least from other people that I've spoken with about OnlyFans. Beforehand, before it was really super blew up from TikTok and everything, it was a lot of people doing a lot of more explicit content. Not the content that is being more almost geared towards younger people, but pretty much what I'm saying is a lot less clothing was involved beforehand.
Yes.
And now you kind of see a shift in it, which is interesting because you see people making more money with more clothes on than you would be seeing people make money with less clothes on. If that makes sense.
I mean, no, I get what you're saying. I've had a few other girls so I put my Snapchat out there. I've had a few girls go on there and they're trying to add people so that they'll join their account, and I've seen some stuff that not even buying, it was just on their Snap story, and I was oh dear, why would someone want to pay more money when they're already seeing everything pretty much for free?
Right.
Realistically, it's just a sales pitch in anything. You give them a little bit, make them want to pay more to see more.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because a lot of the stuff that goes on there now you can see on Instagram and stuff on Twitter and stuff like that. but just as you
Yeah.
said, it's how you pitch it. So like,
Well, and that's kind of like, I know it sounds silly, but why I went with the $14, because just like, if you know anything about sales at like Walmart and stuff, they won't price something at $15, they'll make it $14.99, because to the human brain, it seems like it's cheaper, even though it's only a penny difference.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than going with like 15, I don't know, I wanted to go with something that I would make enough money, because OnlyFans does take a percentage out. So I don't make that 14 like total.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted it to be something where I was making money and that people would still want to subscribe to and not think it was like a huge amount of money that they were blowing.
And kind of going into like
finding that
the median.
Happy medium. Yeah.
Right. And going into the like sales thing, how do you mainly sell your content? Like, what is it based around?
People just like, as soon as people subscribe to my thing, I will send them, I don't know if you're familiar or other people watching are familiar with OnlyFans, but I can send a private message with a price tag on it and then like a little description. So I, for instance, like might do like a soapy shower video or something. And then in order for them to see it, they have to pay like $20 extra to open it up. And so every time someone subscribes, like I have certain videos that I'll just like initially send them to like kind of get hooked, and then I'll go like into, and then if they're interested and buy that, then we'll go deeper into that rabbit hole.
Right. Okay. And like, so for example, we reached out to you on TikTok. Have you been using like TikTok as a platform, or Instagram perhaps, to like indirectly promote your product?
I don't use like Facebook or Instagram where there's like people I know in real life to promote that.
Right.
But TikTok I do, even though I know it like intercrosses sometimes. But for the most part, I wouldn't have gotten as where I am now and how well I've done if it weren't for my following on TikTok. And like, I've made a video and someone reported it. So I like try to use code words per se, because apparently you're not allowed to say OnlyFans on TikTok or they'll like block it.
Right.
So on my bio, I put like OF equals and then just put like my screen name for it. And anyone who knows what it is
would figure it out.
Is obviously gonna know. And if not, I made a video that just said my other adult page, and I'll get messages from people that are like, what's that? And then I can go into more detail.
I was gonna talk about, so do you think that did you start TikTok before you started in OnlyFans?
Yeah, I've been on TikTok for about 3 years, roughly.
Okay, and did you always make content kind of geared towards that, or was it just random stuff?
No, just more random stuff, but of course, usually unless I'm wearing a turtleneck, it doesn't matter, you know, what I'm wearing. It kind of looks like it's geared towards that because of my assets, but
right.
And I think there's not even think, I know that's what a lot of my following has developed from, but
right.
Never work with your mama gave you, right?
Exactly. I was gonna say that I previously asked somebody this, like, well, or I should say that at least told me that they think you really need to have a following that's like requesting it in order to like start in OnlyFans. Like you already need to have some sort of like agreement that people want it, or else it's not gonna happen. Like you could have someone with like, you know, maybe the best boobs in the world, the prettiest face, whatever, but if she doesn't have a following, then nobody's gonna subscribe because nobody knows.
Exactly.
So
and that's with anything. It's just all about word of mouth and getting, you know, getting your name out there.
Right. This kind of leads into the next point with like, at least previously.
I can tell by your facial expressions this is gonna be a good one.
Well, I was gonna ask you may not have one, but I was gonna ask what has you been like the funniest story you've had about an OnlyFans or any content that you've done.
I mean, it's only been 2 months, so I don't really have like any like funny stories about it or anything. I don't know, just people asking like.
What's the weirdest thing you've had?
I don't know. I actually get more often than not people want to see pictures of my butthole. Like,
Really?
Like, not even like a video. They'll just like request pictures of it. And I'm like, why?
Huh.
I mean, I get it. Everyone has their own kink, you know, and stuff, but.
Right. And for every time that's been asked, I'm assuming you've said no.
That would be correct.
Okay. Because if not, you could charge probably a higher price for that. A much higher price. If there's that much of a demand to see, like, the balloon knot.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, the chocolate starfish. I don't know what's everyone's obsession with it, but it's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes it winks you at night. You never know.
Like I said, I guess it depends on how much tequilas everyone had too.
Of course. I was gonna also ask, what is the typical age group that you normally get? Like, are you able to see that, or are you able, like, to kind of tell from profile pictures, or?
I mean, it doesn't tell any personal information, but most of the people I get don't have a profile. It just says like user, you know, like you can do like a user thing and it has like a bunch of numbers.
Right.
If I had to guess, I would say mostly old people.
Really?
Older men. And it's kind of funny because I have some guys that kind of just want to talk to me. They're not even like trying to be sexual or anything. I think they just are looking for someone to talk to, like a friend.
Do you think that's because they're lonely, or?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like lonely, and they want, you know, someone that they deem as, I don't even want to say that because that sounds conceited, but you know, that they would, you know,
theoretically,
they want some younger, hotter girl talking to them. So
as opposed to what they have currently.
Right, or don't have.
Right. Okay, that's very interesting.
And then it's weird because I get that on OnlyFans, and then on Snapchat I get the younger crowd, like the 20 to 24, and they call me a MILF a lot. And I'm like, well, I'm not a mom, so that's not a real thing.
Would you accept the term being called a MILF then?
I mean, it's like a weird backhanded compliment, but sure.
I was gonna say it's a bittersweet moment, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse.
It could be Jilf.
Yeah.
It could be Jilf. It could be worse.
So it's funny, and I just think I don't know, maybe they don't have enough money to like subscribe to an OnlyFans, so they think they're gonna shoot their shot on Snapchat, and then the older crowd goes to OnlyFans.
So then you get a lot of messages on Snapchat, like trying to actually like get stuff without paying.
Oh, it's almost ridiculous. It is ridiculous to the point where I used to try to respond to people all the time, and I can't even keep up anymore. I think the last TikTok video I posted, I had at least 400 people add me on Snapchat.
Right.
And
it just gets
the
really
amount
hard.
of dick pics I get. Dick pics are a real thing. I don't know if they think because I have an OnlyFans that's what I want to see all the time.
So you'd prefer that to not see it then?
I mean, at least like come up with a funny joke or something first, you know? It's just like not even a hey, it's just dick.
It's just straight to the punchline.
Hey, I don't even know what you look like, but I know I can identify you by your dick now.
So,
like, you know?
Yeah. It definitely gets hard, you know, for Snapchat at least with that. I know.
No pun intended.
Yeah. It definitely gets hard to swallow to understand all of it. But I understand what you're coming from sometimes.
And I actually get a lot of girls that send me pictures of themselves too.
Which do you appreciate more?
Well, women are prettier, sorry.
So you would...
It's facts. Ask any woman. They're going to say it. Even, you know, even if it's not their preferred gender, women are way more beautiful.
Right. I guess then that would lead me to ask you, would you... What?
I was going to
say
something? Would you disagree?
No, I wholeheartedly agree.
Right.
As Yeah, I would completely agree with you. But I was gonna say then, by that logic, would you get with a girl?
I have been
Okay.
a few times.
Okay. Does that mean would you have a threesome with a guy and a girl?
Well, that's what I think I have like twice before. Twice? Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, twice.
And did you enjoy both of them?
I mean, they enjoyed me.
Oh, so it was more so with you. They're having the threesome with you. So they definitely enjoyed it more than you enjoyed it, per se.
No, I enjoyed it. I just didn't partake in all of the festivities that were happening.
Oh, you just kind of like sat there and enjoyed the ride, no pun intended.
Kind of. I was in both times. It was really drunk, so
Naturally.
you know.
Naturally.
Yeah, kind of just put together bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm. Eventually, like, if you were to continue, let's say if it was an exponential graph of your OnlyFans, right, and it continues to get bigger and bigger, would you expand your content in OnlyFans? So potentially doing almost what like people do, like meetups or things like that?
No. Wait, if we're on the same page, you mean like meet up with people for sex?
Yeah.
No, I'm not into prostitution.
Okay.
That's basically a prostitute. No, I would never do that.
Okay.
No.
Would you ever...
I don't even tell people like where I live and stuff like that. No, that creeps me out.
Right. Would you ever meet up with someone if they met you from OnlyFans and you thought they were like cool and they were like, oh, this guy's actually pretty attractive or blah, blah, blah?
I don't know. I guess that we'd have to cross that bridge when it comes, but at this point, no, because I don't really like to meet up with people from the internet. As a woman, you know, I'm taught from a young age, that's how you end up in someone's trunk.
Right. Yeah, I definitely think for people that I'd want to say haven't grown up, like being born into technology versus like learning about it, it's definitely more normalized for the younger people than like I would say the older generation of that stuff. So that makes sense.
However, but it's like, doesn't make any sense because I've been on like dating sites before and have like gone on blind dates from dating sites. So that but I don't know. But that's something that I can like meet at a restaurant, not that they would have to like in or something, and then I feel obligated to hang out with them more than one time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's putting more pressure definitely on like hoping something happens.
Yeah,
you know.
You're spending all this money rather than we can just, you know, spend $20 each on dinner, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Right.
But plane ticket here, that's just like a whole different scenario.
Mm-hmm. So my final question would be is, do you plan on continuing with OnlyFans as your main job now?
Yes and no. Like, obviously, I make enough on there to where I wouldn't have to go back to work, but I'm going to do both. That way I can just like bank, because my ultimate goal is I want to buy a house. So, and the two jobs I have are under the table. So with OnlyFans, it actually gives me the credentials and like the taxes and stuff that I need to actually be able to buy a house. And I can just do that kind of basically what I'm doing now. I don't like post actively on there every day. It's just like every couple days maybe, depending on, you know, what's going on.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I definitely plan on keeping going with it.
Would you eventually turn it into it if you had, let's say, like, if it was much larger, say, like, grossing, like, 40K to 50K a month?
Absolutely. Then I'm quitting my job and traveling.
Right. No,
and just going to go do more exotic pictures.
Right. Right, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the goal.
Do you... Okay, so now it's my final question. Since
No, you're fine.
Since you've been in it for 2 months. Do you have any recommendations for people that are starting, girls that are starting OnlyFans now?
Kind of like what I said, don't just like try to shoot, throw yourself out there right away. You need a different social platform to build yourself up, as we discussed. That'd be my number one thing. So make sure you get, whether it's Instagram. I know Instagram's a little harder than TikTok though, because TikTok is blown up. It's so big. Everyone I know has TikTok now, or at least watches it. Start there and then make your way, and don't, like I said, don't just throw yourself out there like something I do. Men don't want something that, to just, subscribe for $10 a month and I can see everything. Make it small by small. Make, just like a fish. You throw it in there, let them bite it, and then you slowly reel it in until you get it to the surface.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No one wants to fish if you can just scoop it, right out of the water.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. Absolutely.
Weird analogy that I just came up with, but
it always
worked.
It made it fit. It always fits.
Right.
No pun intended. Thank you again, Christina, for interviewing. Really appreciate talking about OnlyFans and like kind of learning around it, since it is a very new platform for a lot of people, for all ages. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out Christina's OnlyFans down below, and my socials as well. And we'll stay tuned for the next video. Peace.